Ladies and gentlemen, boys and girls, welcome and well done for staying up so late for the second and final game of the day. A last 16 tie between Mexico and England. What a game we've got coming up at the electric Estadio Azteca. Mexico and England are now onto the pitch, ready to get going here. It is, of course, the fifth and final game that the Estadio Azteca will be hosting a World Cup match this summer. And what a chance this is for Mexico to try and qualify for the quarterfinals for the first time since they last hosted this tournament in 1986. But in their way, it is the Three Lions. Our 1966 World Cup winners are hoping to, of course, end 60 years of hurt at this tournament. So we're just moments away from kickoff. The lineups are on your screen, including the starting lineup and the options on the bench for our coaches for both Mexico and England. We'd love to hear from you. Reach out to us on the live chat page throughout the stream. It is a late one. I appreciate you lot staying awake for this game. Would love to hear from you on the live chat page throughout to keep me company. We did do the earlier game of Norway versus Brazil. Erling Haaland, as always, shining when his country needs him most. So, both players, national anthems are done. We are literally just moments away. Javier Aguirre, of course, leading for Mexico. Thomas Tuchel for England. This is, in my eyes, the biggest fixture of the World Cup so far. I am English. I have a bit of love for Mexican football as well. Billy Pugh's already reached out to us on the live chat page, asking me if I'm tired yet. You know what? I'm just really nervous, mate. I am just really, really nervous for this game. I wasn't nervous until now, but now I'm really nervous. We are about to get underway. Let me get my clock ready. That would help. As you can imagine, the crowd are getting ready. It's incredibly noisy in that stadium. Even the words from the commentators, Guy Mowbray and Alan Shearer before, said that it is like deafening noise, horrible noise. So the countdown is on. The announcer has got the crowd ready. It's now or never for Mexico or England to head to that quarter-final. Only one ticket awaits at the end of this game. 90 minutes or more to come. The game has begun. England attacking from right to left in their home white kit, while Mexico attacking from left to right for this first half in their usual home colours of green Azteca design on the front, sponsored by Adidas. Who else is better suited for the Mexico kits in white shorts? And already, the moment England have possession with Jordan Pickford in the 18-yard box, there are boos from the home crowd. And there's just no surprise, is there, really? It was always bound to happen with that home support. Let me just quickly get my... There we go. Already a late foul. Now, that looked to have been on Luis Roma, and already a yellow card for Declan Rice. We've literally just reached the first minute here, and Declan Rice has been given a yellow card. That didn't take long. Not exactly the start that the Arsenal midfielder would have wanted. And there's going to be a bit of a delay here. Two medics have come out onto the pitch to deal with Romo, who has been terrific at this tournament. He's playing just behind Julian Nunez, that is, who of course has been their top scorer of this tournament so far. It was a high boot from Declan Rice. I'm sure he didn't mean it, but sadly for him, the referee of Alariza Pagani has given him the yellow card, and we always knew that this would be a feisty game. And as again, we're going to have a bit of a delay here. Romo should be back on his feet. And Well, I must admit, unless the rules, of course, have changed a little bit for this World Cup, they've brought in a lot of different rules at this tournament. But sometimes, obviously, when there's a contact to the head, you should be going off the pitch and then coming back on. But that hasn't happened here. Mexico have restarted the game from their back line as they are, of course, attacking from left to right. Here they come already, Mexico, through the middle. And it's going to go for a long-range effort, and it was a strike that got deflected. Now out on the right-hand side to Alvarado. Back to Alvarado. Roberto Alvarado, who's 27 years old, so at the peak of his career, you could say, to do what needs to be done. And Mexico still in possession 3 minutes in, so they're playing on the right-hand side. Alvarado again up against two of England players there, and Anderson wins it back for England. And he's actually got a lot of England fans. The main supporters are just behind the goal where Pickford is, so it looks as though England have been making sure that for the second half they'll attack towards their loyal supporters. Now normally behind the goals it's where the association, their football association, would have allocated the seats. So Jordan Pickford to take the free kick here. Captains tonight are Harry Kane and Montes for Mexico. Harry Kane for England. Harry Kane, of course, 2 goals behind our leading goal scorers at this tournament so far. He's got 5 goals, 2 behind Haaland and Mbappe, who are both on 7. Saka couldn't keep the ball in play there. So throwing for Mexico deep in their own half on the far side. Taken short by Ayada. Now with what looks to be Mark Gay. Instead he kicks it up in the air out for a throw-in again to Mexico on the far side. Let's do reach out to us on the live chat page, folks. Burgoyne asking, did you guys answer the Vianetta question in the earlier stream? I must admit I missed that. And then Burgoyne asking me any chance of swapping the cap. Yeah, so here I am wearing the England goalkeeper shirt, a replica from Euro 96, and I'm wearing a Mexico cap. So I'm sitting on the fence with this one. If we really want to look at what the stadium looked like before kickoff, there it is. Look at that. Of course, we've had a delay of kickoff at 2 AM instead of a 1 AM start. Here's me from 12 years ago in the England colours, back at my local pub, the Red Lion. I don't dress myself up like that anymore, good God, no. But also, same World Cup. Here I am, well, no, not that one, this one. There I am, in the full Mexico kit. I did enjoy that team, the Golden Generation. I'm not going to lie. But yeah, those were the days when Mexico had a proper good team. I'm not saying they don't now, but... Oh, hang on, there's been well, I don't know what's happening here. But referee, I think, has awarded... Yeah, it's Jude Bellingham who had his shirt pulled when it was running behind by Eric Lira. And then Eric Lira just picked up the ball without even the referee asking him to do that while he was contending with Harry Kane for the ball. So free kick for England. So it's a free kick now taken. The referee has given another foul against Mexico. England haven't advanced at all from their last free kick, so they pretty much are taking it where they last took it. Mora. Now that's a player that everyone's talking about, 17 years old, and apparently he had trials at Manchester City. So for any of you Man City fans out there, maybe there's a bit of regret of not giving him a chance, and here he is representing his nation of Mexico at a World Cup, and it's been tremendous so far, and has been a regular in that Mexico starting lineup. Of course, Javier Aguirre, the manager, as much experience from Mexico. Of course, he was manager at the 2010 World Cup for them, and then returned to the role recently. Of course, Rafael Marquez, a Mexico legend who was in at least five World Cups, 5 World Cup finals, which was a record at the time, only by him. He is the assistant manager these days, but is expected to take the managerial role in a few months' time. Currently training up to be the manager. Here's Anthony Gordon now. Has he won the corner? Yes, he has. On this left-hand side. Got the last touch of Jorge Sanchez. So first corner of the game going to England as we reach 8 minutes. And it's not completely night time yet in Mexico City. I believe it's around, oh, there's a delay here. 7 p.m. kickoff it is now in Mexico, instead of what was supposed to be 6 p.m. while it was meant to be 1 p.m. Sorry, not 1 p.m. I keep saying that. 1 a.m. here. I wished it was 1 p.m. But no, we've all had to wait an hour later for this game. But here we are now, after there were thunderstorms earlier. Now Saka picking up from the short corner. Cross comes to naught. And Mexico will be happy to just let that roll out on the far side for the hosts to have a throw-in. Gallardo has taken it quickly as he was the closest man to the ball when it went out of play. He's played the pass backwards to Vasquez, and a long ball into the England half, only just lands in the England half, is picked up by a loose ball towards Elliot Anderson. Now Anderson out wide to the far side of Saka. Of course, Anthony Gordon starting in this game after assisting both goals to Harry Kane in that very tight affair with DR Congo in the previous round in the last 32 match, which England, for a moment, there were moments where I think fans and maybe even the management and the players were thinking that maybe that wasn't going to be their day in their previous game in Atlanta. But they were able to get through it thanks to Harry Kane, who's having a tremendous season. As I say, 5 goals so far for him. 13 World Cup goals is tally, breaking Gary Lineker's earlier on in this tournament. So he has 3 more than Gary Lineker, the top England goal scorer at World Cup finals. Stotto saying the game has started pretty scrappy, should be interesting. England are in more possession now, though. You know, England are, I think that's key here. Mexico have won the ball back, but oh dear. Well, Mexico, they keep trying to play for fouls, it seems, as in they're trying to win free kicks off the referee here, but it's going to be a throw for England. And I would say first 10 minutes in, England have done okay. Mexico have not really, they've had one quick run towards the England half, but not much has happened since for them. England did have a corner that came to nothing, and just after that throw-in restart, Anthony Gordon couldn't complete that pass and the ball's gone out for a goal kick. But yes, well done to any of you who are staying up, just like Burgoyne, Stotto and Billy Pugh. Don't be shy, folks, do reach out on the live chat page. We'd love to stay in touch with you all. If you're new to this channel, click that subscribe button and give this stream a like if you are enjoying the content tonight. Double bill of World Cup matches this evening here on Let's Talk Sport. Norway are waiting to see who will win this game when they play their next game in Miami come Saturday night. 10 p.m. UK kickoff. Oh dear, that was a terrible diagonal ball across, but Mexico do win that ball back. It's on the halfway line with Montez, the skipper. Now on to Eric Lira. Hello, Stotto. Now in the middle of the park, trying to go through that middle, but yet again England have dealt with it really well, closed them in, and Mexico have no options but to decide to bring that ball back to that halfway line. And of course, as well, if the momentum isn't there for Mexico, I think the atmosphere will go quiet as well. Long ball down the middle, trying to pick out their goal scorer. Actually, I think they were looking for Louis Rumo there. It looked like it. But as you can tell, if you can hear the boos, you know who's in possession. It's with the back two of Conser and Mark Gay. Now to Bellingham. Bellingham has been crucial so far in this World Cup campaign. Hello, Justine Hayward. Hope you're well. Decent commentary. Thank you, Justine. I appreciate that. Meanwhile, England in their own half. Dark clouds over the Estadio Azteca. Nighttime coming very soon. And of course, you can't imagine what the party would be like if Mexico win this. Oh, that was nearly in behind for Saka. He nearly found himself there, which was a terrific long ball delivery by Mark Gay. Just his first touch, he was just a little too far behind that delivery. Saka was just in front of the Mexico penalty area, but already a moment there for England to work on. But so far so good. Saka blocks a delivery. Is that going to be a corner? No, referee says it'll be a goal kick instead. And Jesus Gallardo disagreed with the referee there. To be honest, watching from the replay, it looked like it came off the Mexican. So Mexico still with no corners yet in this game. Justine watching from Hong Kong. Wow. Malky C, hello Kibbs. Hope you're well, mate. Good to see you back. Saying, hi Jamie, come on England. Well, so far so good. It's a calm game so far. Both teams having moments with the ball, but no real threats as of yet. But I think the longer this goes on without Mexico scoring, the home supporters can go against their own. That's what England would love to see. All about mentality in a game like this, I feel. And of course, the attitude, everyone's been talking about it. You know, 2,200 meters altitude at the Azteca, which is above sea level. Absolutely crazy. Remember, it's Mexico's 5th and final game here at the stadium, as in the whole tournament. As there they come now. Mexico over cross from the right-hand side. Oh, what a save by Pickford! And that was a brilliant header by Raul Jimenez, the new Wolves signing, returning to his old club. Nearly got his 3rd goal of this tournament, and it nearly crept into that bottom right corner, but Jordan Pickford, he made a terrible mistake when DR Congo took the lead the other day. Some do argue Jordan Pickford had short arms, but he showed how long they were just then. Brilliant save. It is going to be a corner kick, so the threat is still going to be there, but what a chance this is now for Mexico. First real attack now is their first corner. Couldn't get past the first man. And referee, has he given that as a corner? I think so. It came off Bellingham, I think, who was guarding that near post. He'll be taken on the near side again by Alvarado, the 27-year-old who swings it in with his left foot, headed away this time by the captain of England, Harry Kane, and he'll be picked up the loose ball by Eric Lira, and he's decided to go all the way back to Raul Rangel. Raul Rangel has been quite the goalkeeper. You know, everyone goes on about the famous Guillermo Ochoa, but I must admit, Rangel has really proven to be why he is #1 for Mexico these days. We saw Ochoa come on for the last 10-15 minutes in their convincing win over the Czech Republic in their final group game here at the Azteca to give him that final send-off if he was never to play at a World Cup again. Now, meanwhile, Mexico are the offside here. They just kept it. They've just avoided a goal kick. And Gallardo was able to just not keep it in play for him, but he was able to kick it out for a throw and to avoid an England goal kick here on the far side. And Kwanzaa will try and go for a long throw here down the line, and he does so. And it's headed and intercepted on that left-hand side, but Kwanzaa comes back to shield it. away from Quinones. Quinones is the top goal scorer, as we mentioned, for Mexico at this tournament. 3 goals and 1 assist for him so far. Our referee's given England a free kick. Saka was fouled, tripped from behind. But yeah, Rangel has been terrific. His clean sheet streak is, well, before this game, 347 minutes and 4 clean sheets. So he's on an absolute brilliant run. And as I say, Mexico have only conceded once this year in the calendar year so far of 2026, and that was against Belgium in a 1-1 draw in a friendly back in March. Mexico have not lost a single game this year. And the Estadio Azteca, some would argue they've not played the biggest opponents at the Azteca over the 57-year history they've got at this beautiful stadium. But you know, that's still impressive. 89 games and only 2 defeats ahead of this match. And here come Altry now in the centre circle in the England half, out wide. It's a good ball to Quinones. Quinones will go on the run down the left-hand side as he's played the pass to Luis Romo. Oh, and here's a chance now, shot blocked, and then the deflection doesn't land on the feet of Quinones inside the England box. And England will try and deal with it and just clear it out from near their corner flag. And at the moment, I'd say the last 5 minutes, Mexico on top here. Is there going to be a yellow card for Mexico for Montes, the captain? He's having words with the referee. Pagani, just a warning from him for now. Been a lively game so far. If you have just joined us, you haven't missed a goal yet. Still all square at the Estadio Azteca. England under Thomas Tuchel, bidding for their second ever World Cup. Of course, that's a long way to go. It's exactly 2 weeks from now that, actually 2 weeks from now, the World Cup will be done and dusted. We will know by then who will win the World Cup at the MetLife Stadium in New Jersey. Anthony Gordon now on the run. This is a good run from the new Barcelona signing, and his low ball cross takes the deflection off Lyra, and it's going to be another corner to come for England, same as it was earlier in their previous corner on the near side. Anthony Gordon, as of course we mentioned before, was a super sub when he came on the other night against DR Congo. Of course, just looking at O'Reilly, the height he has compared to Sanchez. Sanchez has been the man given to mark him. O'Reilly, of course, did score, I think it was a header in the League Cup final this year. Declan Rice then with the cross. Oh, and it's just headed out for a throw-in down the near side. I think he was aiming for Mark Gay's head there, but of course some would argue that you know, there's no Harry Maguire. They would have loved to have seen him on set pieces in a match like this, I'm sure. So Nico O'Reilly to take this throw-in. Where is everyone watching the game from today? What time is it where you are? Justine, what time is it in Hong Kong? I assume it's during the day over there. Asia is normally a few hours ahead of us. Thomas Tuchel has got what looks to be a nice thin Nike waterproof coat for tonight. Of course, the reason why they were trying to move the kickoff time while FIFA were was because of the thunderstorms expected tonight, which has happened. But I feel like just for an hour delayed kickoff, I can understand why England and Mexico didn't want to change the kickoff to, well, our time, 7 p.m. and it would have been, what, 12 p.m. Mexico time, because that would have been less preparation time for England and Mexico, and especially England travelling to Mexico City, while Mexico, of course, won against Ecuador here a few nights ago, so they've been able to stay put. Easier for them. Referee gets in the way of a pass for England in their own half, and he does award England a free kick, but that free kick will be delayed because it is a hydration break as we've reached 22.5 minutes. 9:30 a.m. says Justine. Let's have a look at the player ratings so far, if we can get that up. Let's have a look. We're only halfway through this first half. Let's have a look. So at the moment, it looks as though for England, it's Jude Bellingham. No, Pickford's ahead, sorry. 5.7 so far, which, well, I mean, he made a terrific save against Jimenez earlier on, which has been really the only threat so far from both teams. Mexico with the better chances, but England certainly in this. They're not, I mean, it's been tough for them so far with corners and stuff. Not much has happened from that. Of course, we've already had a yellow card so early on in this game with Declan Rice, so he's got to be careful if he is to play the remainder of this match. As for Mexico, it looks as though Vazquez, Montez, Sanchez and Rangel, their three defenders and their goalkeeper, are the highest rated so far at 5.2. Meanwhile, let's open a pack of stickers, shall we? I've got Panini World Cup 2026 stickers here. 7 stickers you get in a packet, £1.25. Gone of the days of 50p for 5 of them. All right, 5 of them, but 50p is way better. Dear me. Let's open some and find out who we get. Do we get any Mexicans or English players in this packet? Let's find out. Well, got a shiny for New Zealand, who are certainly out of this tournament. Sadly, they didn't get out the groups as expected. Siyabonga Gazana for South Africa. There he is there. And, Gabriel Martinelli, who recently just exited the tournament for Brazil a few hours ago. That's him there. We got Ueda from Feyenoord, who's, of course, just recently been knocked out with Japan, which I think a lot of people are good about Japan. I think even the Japanese fans thought this was a good tournament for them to do well. We've got a Uzbekistan player right here. Players are ready to go. Come back out in a moment. Here's Marquinhos for Brazil. And one more. We've got Jose Fajardo, who looks like he plays in Ecuador, who's representing Panama. I say he is. They're out of this tournament. But, well, both teams have had their quick team talk. Anthony Gordon having a word with the Mexico manager there. Anthony Gordon did show some of the Barcelona fans that he can speak their language. Maybe he was able to do that in Spanish with Javier Aguirre. Anthony Gordon's done really well, as we mentioned him now. He goes for goal, and it was a low shot. No air on it, straight at the goalkeeper, tight from the left-hand side. He kept it in play. It looked like he went out for a goal kick, to be honest. Even the linesman walked off the pitch there to try and check if it was out of play. But it was a straight shot at Rangel, but that was an easy one for him. And Rangel telling Gordon, you have to do better than that. Justine saying, I remember when they were 5p, the stickers. 1978 World Cup in Argentina, which of course Argentina won. The last time England played here at the Azteca was 40 years ago, when they were against Argentina, the famous hand of God by Diego Maradona. And then, of course, that second goal he scored, which is probably rated as one of the best goals ever scored in football, really, which was Maradona literally from the halfway line, taking on pretty much most of the England players, and then scored here at this stadium to seal the deal, and England would lose 2-1 that day. which of course involved Gary Lineker, who, despite England not winning the World Cup in '86, got the golden boot. And Harry Kane, of course, did 8 years ago when the World Cup took place in Russia. So yeah, Harry Kane has got a golden boot already to his name. Can he add to that at this one? Remind you, he's got 5 goals so far. 2 behind Mbappe, Haaland and Messi. It's with Sanchez for Mexico as they approach the England half on the right-hand side. Alvarado, normally playing as a right winger, has certainly been here, they're everywhere in the midfield so far. Jude Bellingham decided to go on a run, but that was a brilliant tackle by Augie Sanchez. Now it's on the right-hand side of Mora, but couldn't get the link up back to Sanchez. And Jordan Pickford will be delighted to see that go out for a goal kick. Interested to know how many England fans have actually been able to make this game. According to Men in Blazers on Instagram, they've announced that this is the most expensive sporting event in history. Not the World Cup itself, but just this game. Not sure how they've been able to decide that, but originally at one point tickets were going for about £26,000 when I last checked. Then my partner Ella told me she heard on the radio it was going for around 30,000. Anyway, hope you're well, folks. Who are you supporting on the live chat page? Are you going for a Mexico win or an England win tonight? Or are you neutral? And are you maybe celebrating the Norway win over Brazil earlier on tonight? Remember, folks, if you are here and it's your first time and you're enjoying this live watch along, I'd really appreciate you subscribing to the channel and giving us a like. Really appreciate it if you can. This might be my last World Cup watch along before I head out and work at the Open Golf in a few days' time. Hopefully my good friends of Joe Stanley, Joe Cross and Jamie Burgoyne, Stu Davis and the rest of the gang may do a few more watch alongs before the World Cup ends in under 2 weeks' time. Jim has reached out to us saying go Mexico. Burgoyne has said Mexico really are flying into these tackles. They look a bit reckless. Certainly wild. I mean, South American footballers and even towards Mexico as well, if we're talking Central America, they certainly can be ruthless and very passionate players. Can be, I'm going to say this now, but they don't like it when they don't win, that's for sure, as the Brazilians showed earlier, and so did Paraguay yesterday. Never looks good for the image of the game. Of course, we had a USA get a red card taken away from them earlier today, involving Balogun. Half an hour gone, still goalless. Nothing really much in between these two at the moment. I think for Mexico, they know this is probably their most challenging game so far at this tournament. They did have a bit of a challenge against Korea Republic in the group stages, which of course they only scored because Quinones literally scored from a mistake. That just, a ball just landed on his feet with the goalie off his line, and easy goal really. That was when they played in Monterrey. That's the only game that they've played away from Mexico City. Of course, they opened the tournament with South Africa when they won 2-0. Here's a long-range effort for goal there. That's going miles over, and that'll hit Rosed. Romo fought with the space he had and the goal in front of him outside the box. He had in his vision there glory to go top corner, but instead there was way too much power and air on that one. Jim saying go Mexico. Malky C saying England beat Norway in the quarter-final, hopefully. Can England deal with Haaland? That's the big question. I think Norway have been tremendous in this tournament. And I know they lost to France, but they did make 10 changes ahead of that game because they knew they were out of the groups anyway. So it could have been a very different game if they had put their full strength squad on. Jim saying, I'd rather be a Mexican than a Maurice dancer. Boos yet again heard around the venue on the Three Lions. But I do think, me and Crosser were saying in our previous match that we did of Norway and Brazil, we did say that if they could get through that first quarter and get to the water break without conceding, I think that will really help with the confidence here at the Azteca. But they need to show a bit more threat up front. Mexico yet again now on the left-hand side with Quinones. Then a few yards back pass, and then towards the centre. It's with Lira now to Sanchez. Sanchez out wide to Roberto Alvarado. Very vocal on the sidelines, Tuchel is there, and his body language, waving his arms up and down. Burgoyne saying, I'd rather still be in the tournament. Speaking for England there. Mexico now in the centre circle. We'll check the stats at half-time. Be interested in what the possession has been like. And of course, we'll check the latest ratings for the players on the pitch. Actually, we haven't done it yet in this World Cup. We normally do, which is asking you guys for the man of the match. We'll put out a poll later. Here comes a cross now from the Mexicans, and it's from the left-hand side. It was an okay cross, but it found no one in a green shirt, and that's just gone out for a throw-in on the near side. O'Reilly wiping the ball with the bottom end of his shirt. I can't quite tell if it's still raining in Mexico City. I don't think it is. Justine saying it's 56% Mexico possession. I would say the last 5 minutes it's been mostly Mexico. But they haven't done much with the ball yet, unless they could do something now on the edge of the penalty area. And instead they're kind of pushed away again. England don't win the ball back, but all that was nearly a scary first touch by Gilberto Mora. Now Alvarado with Sanchez, back to Alvarado on the right-hand side. Bellingham and Gordon in there trying to just track that ball and not let it go past them. And you can hear the chants from the hosts. They're getting louder, they're feeling confident. Ball comes through there to Jimenez, he couldn't quite get there. If he was a yard quicker, maybe he would have got there before Pickford. But to be honest, he probably would have been offside if he had done. Now Declan Rice pushing it forward on the far side. Such a big key player for England and for Arsenal. Here comes the cross, now free header, and it's a goal for England, and it's Jude Bellingham. The Real Madrid star has put England ahead. 36 minutes in, it was a free header at the end. And despite Mexico with all the possession in the last few minutes, it is England who punish them. And Jude Bellingham, as you'd imagine, does his usual celebration with his arms up in the air. And that will probably anger some of the Mexican fans that he pointed that towards too. But it started off with Pickford catching the ball. Declan Rice with all the space around him pushed it down the right-hand side, and then I think that was a cross from Saka. Bellingham comes running in, unmarked, free header, and Mexico know they've got to do better than that. And I think at fault that'll be Jorge Sanchez, who didn't get there in time. Saka will get the assist. England lead by 1-0. Now, as you'd expect, there's boos everywhere. And they're coming again, England. And it could be another chance. It's another goal! And it's 2-0! He's done it again! Jude Bellingham! 2 goals as quick as lightning! And could that already put the game to bed? Mexico are down to 2 here at the Estadio Azteca. They've just done it yet again, and England fans in patches around the stadium are celebrating and partying. And that might just already be the killer win. Yet again, dispossessed Mexico in their own half. It went through to Bellingham, and then a short pass across the face of goal. I think that's from Harry Kane. It is the captain with the assist to the man who's just scored again. Jude Bellingham tapping it in, and what a first half this is proving to be for the Three Lions. Well, Mexico probably weren't expecting this. Tuchel going nuts on the sideline. Mexico 0, England 2. I'm not even being able to put the goal for the first one for Bellingham here. Unbelievable, 2 goals just like that. He's one away from a World Cup hat-trick. I don't think Bellingham's ever got one before. Of course, I think he already had 2 goals before this game as well at this tournament. Malky C says, get in. Jude Bellingham, sorry, not Jude Bellingham, Jamie Davies. I was going to say, if he's doing the live chat page as well, it just shows how multi-talented this guy is. Jamie Burgoyne saying, big man Judith. Justine Haywood saying, holy effing, holy effing shit. And oh, guys. I'm losing track here. Where am I going? Home goal, right, there you are. No, away goal, I need. What am I doing? Well, Mexico have a free kick, and they know that they've got to get solvent in these next few minutes. I think they'd rather be a goal down than 2 goals down going into the half-time break, and it just shows what if Jimenez had scored that header earlier on. What a big save that was by Pickford. Here comes the free kick then for Mexico. Nothing in the air. England deal with it really well. It's with Bellingham again. Does really well to shield it away from 3 of his opponents there around him at different angles. Does absolutely fantastic. Mexico win a throw just in front of the England dugout, but of course the Mexico fans will feel a bit desperate and sad really at the same time, knowing that their chance to reach the quarterfinals is diminishing. So at the moment it'll be Norway-England in the quarterfinals. Still got the second half yet though, let's not get too carried away. Cross there is blocked by Saka. Gallardo will try again, he falls. I didn't feel like there was much contact in that, but he convinces the referee anyway with that Oscar-winning performance. Pivotal time it feels like in this game. Mexico going for a free kick. Oh, it's a goal! And Canudos has scored! He's put them back in the game! He continues where he left off. He scores again for Mexico. And it's his 4th goal of the tournament. always at the right place at the right time. That's how good he is up front for Mexico, and that's exactly what the fans needed, a goal to get this huge arena going yet again. Mexico back in this, 2-1 to England still, but as I said, a goal before half-time just gives them that boost again to really go for it in that second half. Still got a few minutes left in this first half. It was a free kick, no offside from the delivery. Yeah, they should be fine, unless there was a foul during that set piece. I don't think so. Hit the roof of the net. Absolutely brilliant finish. They've resumed play straight away. It's a goal kick for Mexico, but what a game this is. The last 10 minutes have just been brilliant. What a game. Burgoyne saying, great shot, no saving that. Absolutely, there's no shame in not saving that. Quinones wins a corner this time, does he? I think he does. They're getting louder and louder. 4 goals in 5 appearances at this World Cup for Quinones. Who knows, he might get a transfer at this tournament. You never know. I've got to bloody well change the score again. Can Mexico come back? They're coming out on the attack again on the right-hand side. He's beat. Oh, is that going to be a corner? There's a call for a foul. No, it's going to be a goal kick for England. And I think England will be delighted for that, just to get them to reset here. Maybe Tuchel say some just calm things down, lads. Don't slip up a 2-goal lead so quickly. Justine Haywood saying we must sort out the defence. Burgoyne saying, wonder what time the fire drill will be in the Mexico end. Can we make that a poll? Big goal kick there by Pickford, deep into the Mexico half. It's with Bellingham. Bellingham, I'm sure, will no doubt be will be the highest rated player on the pitch when we check at half time. We're going mentioning that Quinones is playing in Qatar, so should be cheap. Exactly my point. You'd expect he'll get a transfer. There's a delivery again for Mexico. Oh, just out with at the end by England. But as Justine was saying on the live chat page, England's defence have not been convincing at this tournament, and yet again they look a bit sluggish. Mexico will try again. We've got 5 minutes of added time. That includes the wall break and the... Oh, here's another delivery for Mexico. Headed away, not completely gone yet. It's on the right-hand side. Should be a throw for Mexico. Yes, it is. Uh, 5 minutes of added time, just to confirm, folks. Ball comes in again. That's a good chest down and a striking goal. Oh, it's just wide. Wow, Jimenez, he wants a goal, doesn't he? He's had one saved by Pickford, this time a bit further away from goal. Pickford dived out for it, he wasn't sure. It took a couple of bounces after Jimenez unleashed one there. Went past the near post. And goal kick at the end it will be for England. Relief there for Pickford and his men. Of course, England, who knows, 4 minutes left on added time. Here they are on the attack. Apparently Saka didn't keep it in play, so goal kick for the hosts. Malky C saying we need half time. What a game this has been though already. Interesting second half though in terms of energy, because I mean England have got 2 goals just out of nowhere, but since then they've not, the momentum's gone back towards Mexico. And I was saying before the game, maybe on the previous stream that if England can get goals in the first half, I think that's a bonus, and they have done. But could Mexico also have more energy in the second half just because of the altitude? I mean, again, I can only speak from what everyone's been saying ahead of this game. I don't know what it's like there. It might actually be all right for the England players. Halfway through the 5 minutes of added time. Here's another delivery. Oh, what a save by Pickford. Was that Jimenez again with the header? It was. Pickford has been brilliant against Jimenez. What a save that is. Picks that out. Tips it over. Absolutely brilliant. And, well, they've got a corner to defend here, England, and as Malky said, I think England would love to just go into half-time 2-1 up. So here we go then. Corner comes in for Mexico. Another header, that should be enough. Oh, how's that gone way over? I think it was a last-ditch tackle against Montez by Jude Bellingham. What has Bellingham not done in this game so far? And Montez was onside. What a header pass that was. And Jude Bellingham out of nowhere pokes his right foot in front of the captain to boot it out for a corner. Pickford literally grabs hold of Bellingham, praising him and thanking him, because I think we all knew that that was a certified goal otherwise. Burgoyne saying mental save when Pickford saved that header from Jimenez. Jimenez has been tremendous, but so has Pickford. World-class football here at the Azteca. Corner comes in and it's only, instead it just heads the ball further out for a throw-in on the far side. They're going to maybe go one more. There's about 30 seconds remaining of the 5 minutes of added time. Can Mexico get one more attack in and maybe get that second goal to end the first half like we started? Now out on the left-hand side. Here they come again, the Altri army. England struggling to have the ball. Mexico just doing whatever they can. They're just going in waves towards the England goal at the moment. It is 5 minutes. Referee hasn't blown the whistle yet. Quinones with another delivery. Is that going to be a corner? No, it stays in play on this near side. Anthony Gordon just shielding it. Falls to the ground. I think that was a tactic fall, I think. But he knows that that should be half-time. Yep, I think it is half-time. So, half-time at the Azteca. What a first half that was. Bloody hell. That had nearly everything, that first half. Let us know on the live chat page what you lot thought of it. So, yes, half-time. So, if you have just joined us, where have you been? It was Mexico started off well in possession, but England, with two quick goals from two headers from Jude Bellingham, the number 10 man, scoring two goals as quick as lightning, as I said earlier on, within a minute of scoring, just before we reached 40 minutes. England getting themselves 2-0 ahead, and then Mexico, thanks to Quinones, who scored a goal back from a free kick, literally hitting the roof of the net, has got it back to 2-1. And since Mexico got that goal back, the last few minutes, Mexico have certainly been tremendous in terms of possession and creating threats. And I think England will be delighted to go into the changing room at half-time 2-1 up, and they'll be delighted with this first half regardless. But I think Tuchel now knows that he needs to get this team to get confidence again and get back into this game, because otherwise Mexico will get that equaliser. They're certainly knocking on the door. Let us know, folks, on the live chat page. What did you think of that first half? We'd love to hear from you. Let me just having to sort something out with storage on my phone. I've ran out, which is handy. Anyway, I think we're going to have a quick halftime break, so don't go anywhere, folks. We'll be back very shortly before the second half.
Full throttle match. Every minute feels like the 90th minute. We prepared our players that up until the first water break it would be a difficult game. We would have to suffer here. Mexico always start the game fast. We expected it. We knew at the water break that 0-0 would be a good result for us, and it was. From there, we had the quality to come into the game. Our two biggest moments and one of our biggest players scores. Jude does what he does. And then from there, it's disappointing to concede a goal from a set piece. You would like to make it to half-time at 2-0. But we never. The opponent's playing well. It's a good game, and now we have 45 minutes to go.
Thanks, Anthony.
Welcome back, ladies and gentlemen. Hopefully we're just moments away from the start of the second half. And while I've been away, we have set up a new poll on the live chat page. We ended the first one of the stream, which was asking you, who you think will reach the quarterfinals. And 64% of you going for England. 36% of you believe in Mexico. So thanks to all who voted. So our new poll is asking you if Mexico can come back here at 2-1 down. Started off at 2-0 down, and then, of course, a goal just before half-time has got them back in this. And so do vote there. You either go for absolutely that they can come back, or no, not at all, England to win. So, yeah, reach out to us on the live chat page as well. Let us know what you think is going to happen in the second half. It looks as though the Mexican players are all gathered, ready to go back out yet again for the second half. A huge 45 minutes for both teams here. Could this go to extra time? I mean, for us here in England, it's just past 3 a.m. For Mexico, it's all right. It's normal evening time for them over there. It's, just gone 8 p.m. over there, I think. So, it's all right for them. But for us, it's going to be a late one either way. But if it was to go beyond 4 a.m., it might not be till, half 4 or so till the end of this game if it somehow goes to extra time and then penalties. So, the team in green coming back out. Now, remember, of course, no matter what, if Mexico do stay in this tournament, this is their last game at the Estadio Azteca for this World Cup. Because whoever wins this game will head to Miami Gardens for the quarter-final against Norway. That's this Saturday night. So 5 days from now. And that is Saturday night, 10 p.m. kickoff UK time, that is, which is a much better time slot than 2 a.m. that we've had here. And there's there's been a lot of flares from the stadium itself, from its halftime entertainment. A lot of smoke just above the roof at the Azteca in Mexico City. And, of course, later on, if I do remember, folks, I'll try and get the match up for you. Let's check out the ratings so far from our players. So, as you'd imagine, Jude Bellingham with his 2 goals is ahead of everybody else at the moment at 7.6. Pickford certainly deserves a good praise at 6.6 with 2 big saves against Jimenez in that first half. And Jimenez had a header early on that was saved low by Pickford that was trying to creep into the bottom right corner of the net. And then, of course, a big one that nearly hit the roof of the net. But Pickford saved it from Jimenez again. They're just waiting for the England players to come out. Tuchel finally walking out. And the players following behind with Kane leading them as the captain. As for, of course, Kane has got an assist. So is Saka from that first half performance. Harry Kane at 6.3, Saka at 5.9, Anthony Gordon at 6.1 as well. For Mexico, Canunez, of course, ahead because he's got the only goal for them so far at 7.2. Jimenez with his 2 big chances against Pickford, 5.9, along with Alvarado at 5.9, their left winger. And their lowest is actually Rangel, who's conceded 2 goals so far. So, both teams are out on the pitch, which means we're just moments away from the start of this second half. And it looks as though Alvarez is coming on to replace the captain, Montez, for this second half. That is a Mexico substitution. So, Alvarez coming on, the West Ham player. Actually, I don't think he's at West Ham anymore, is he? I need to triple check that. Not sure who's got the captain's armband. It probably will be Alvarez. Alvarez normally is the captain, if not Montez. So, second half about to begin. And away we go. So, Mexico attacking from right to left. England from left to right. Who's going to do it then in this second half? Or will it go beyond 90 minutes? It's now with Pickford. He's getting his first touch of the second half. He picks it up just in front of Jimenez. He doesn't want to cause any mistakes or risks there after a sensational first half. Burgoyne mentioning, oh, is that going to be a corner? No, it's going to be a goal kick for England. It's interesting Burgoyne brings this up, and I'm sort of, I'm agreeing with you here. He says it's really odd the emphasis that the BBC put on buying a TV licence mid-game. And they have done that for every mid-game, I've noticed. It says, like the buy a licence QR code graphic is up, and they mention in the commentary in other games. It's so strange. Yeah, TV licensing numbers are going down. There's more and more people who aren't paying, who just simply aren't buying it. And BBC, of course, have recently announced with their new boss, I can't remember his name, but he used to work at Google. But they reckon they need to save, was it 500 million? Which means obviously a lot of staff need to be fired, sadly, be made redundant because of budget saving. So I do wonder if that's because of a drop in TV licensing. And then for anyone who doesn't know, TV licensing is what supports the BBC, while ITV, Channel 4 and so on, Sky rely on subscribers and adverts, while ITV and Channel 4, Channel 5 rely on adverts. So very different to how BBC is set up. And even BBC in this coverage have been working from the Salford studio instead of where ITV have been in New York. So yeah, I agree with you, Burgoyne. I don't like them pushing it. And sadly, there are a lot of incidents where even people who literally do not watch TV are getting letters from TV licensing threatening them to get one, even if they don't watch telly, which is not on at all, if you ask me. Just a reminder then, Alvarez came on for Montez at the start of the second half. So that's the first substitution of the game. Coming from the hosts. Well, I was not sure what kind of attempt that was. Anthony Gordon just keeps it in play. Now Kane hasn't got a goal yet tonight, but he does have assist to his name. Now onto the far side, Burgoyne saying, I mean, I do, because when he means, I'll just go back to that a moment. Here's Anthony Gordon on the attack up against Sanchez. Nice through ball to Bellingham. Oh, the ball went across the face of goal in the 6-yard box, and there was two white shirts there. Any foot behind that from one of them would have surely been a goal. Nico O'Reilly with a terrific low ball cross, and that was brave from Gallardo to just let that nutmeg him on purpose. Because if he must have been absolutely sure there was no England shirt behind him. Long thrown from England, that's a volleyed effort. Oh, it's hit the post! And England nearly 3-1 up there. Stays at 2-1, but they got another chance here. No, this time the cross is headed away. And there'll be a throw to England on the far side. But a great start from Tuchel's men in this second half. As I said, the momentum was towards Mexico in that last bit of the first half. Now with Konza to Saka on the near side, up against two Mexican players. He didn't want to take them on and he decides to play back to the halfway line. Burgoyne saying, I mean, I do pay for TV licenses because I'm an absolute nerd and don't want no qualms with the nutters in vans, but the Beeb do need to move to advertising. Yeah, there's nothing wrong in buying a TV licensing. I mean, if you do use the BBC, you've got to buy it. But I personally don't use it. The problem is they try and make empty threats towards people who really do not require it. You know, people buy Sky, and BBC will put in the letters as in the TV licensing. They'll say if you watch Amazon Prime and all that's part of the deal. No, it isn't. It's just BBC, as in their live channels, iPlayer, that's it. ITV, you name it, that's not the case. they're paid by commercial. They don't get anything from TV licensing, so you shouldn't have to pay for TV licensing if, for example, you're just watching ITV's World Cup coverage. But I think BBC are really trying to push it because a lot of people will be watching the World Cup on the BBC. I can understand why, but I agree it needs to be subscription-based. Here's Bellingham coming through. Justine saying BBC should put the license open to all, including overseas. I'd buy one, otherwise, like everyone else, I use a VPN. Yeah, it needs to change. It's very old-fashioned TV licensing. But also, for anyone who gets TV licensing at the door, all you have to do is say you don't require and shut the door. They can't do anything. They're just salespeople. That was a late challenge, maybe, on show who that was, but England will go on the attack with a long diagonal ball out to Anthony Gordon. Does well to just keep it in play. Try and go on the run. Oh, he gets fouled just outside the Mexico penalty area. Referee is he's going back to what might have been a foul on the other side of the pitch. He's running across, I think. Or is he going to the VAR monitor? I have no idea. There's no graphic to say a VAR check's happening. And even if there was, I wouldn't be sure what that was for. But yeah, TV licensing. It's not a rant, I don't think, but my views on it all is, I think BBC could do a lot better with how their model is. I think it's very old-fashioned, but I just don't like how they approach people. They try and threaten things. There's going to be a VAR check here. I think this could be for a possible red card from a foul that happened earlier on Kwanzaa. Oh no, it's a possible red from oh dear, Studs is up. And it's a foul on Gayorda. Sorry, Gayor. I can never pronounce it all the time. It's going to be a red card, I think. He's checked the mods. He's already coming off the pitch. This doesn't look good for England. While they're trying to defend a 2-1 lead. Let's hear from the ref.
Number 26, coming to serious foul play. He received a red card.
Oh dear. So João Kwanzaa has been given a red, and this is not what they wanted England at the start of this second half. They will have to continue with 10 men at one of the most deafening noises stadiums in the world. To be honest, it's hard. It is hard. But Kwanzaa studs up at the shin of Gayorda, and England will have to continue with 10 men. Yeah, that's bad. Tuchel already talking to his assistant, so I wouldn't be surprised if maybe an extra defender comes on. They are defending a lead here. Kwanzaa will have to walk off to the change room. He gets a pound the back from Jordan Henderson. Jordan Henderson is, well, they do talk to him like he's a leader, and Jordan Henderson is probably one of the many reasons, the main reason really, of why he got picked for this World Cup, despite some fans being unsure. But now they're going to have a free kick back where that foul was, which is on the pretty much midway point of the England half for Mexico to go on the attack here. Here comes the cross, well defended by Kane, I think it was. And now he's down on the ground with his hands to his bottom, lower the shin, oh dear. And Gayorda, who was the man fouled by Kwanzaa just a few moments ago, just went up to Kane to say something. I don't think they were nice words. I don't think he was inviting him round for a cup of tea. But Kane falls to the ground. I mean, he doesn't kick him or anything. They both slide in for the ball. I think, sadly for Kane, he just landed not in a good way on his knee. But I don't think that's a red card offence, if you ask me. Chris says, get Saka off now. Burgoyne says, Kwanzaa gets the ball there. Malkisi said it was going to be a red. Not sure what Gallardo was saying to Kane. They're just showing the O'Reilly replay again when it hit the post. What a big moment that would have been if that had found the bottom corner of the net. That could have been game, set and match. We're only 10 minutes into the second half. I think if England could defend this lead with 10 men, it will be quite the win here at the Azteca. What can Mexico do then? They've got the advantage. But we've seen a lot of games over the last few years, in my eyes, where 10 men is not always a bad thing. I think it makes the team more cautious and more up for it, if anything. It's on the far side. Just inside the England half now as Mexico have Vasquez, the left centre half, out wide to Gallardo, who's had quite an eventful few minutes. Oh dear, that was a terrible long-range effort from their top goal scorer. Quinones, he knows he's better than that. Goes for a low strike, wide past the left post. And as I said, England are bringing on a defender, and that means Saka is coming off for Manchester City's John Stones. So John Stones is on. But I think that was always inevitable. Tuchel, knowing it's key to have an extra defender on that pitch while defending a one-goal lead. Oh, and that could be a foul. Is that a penalty? It is. I think it's a penalty. Just as they put John Stones on. What a moment for England. Anthony Gordon wins the penalty, and maybe this could be the moment that England put the game to bed. Just in the corner of my eye, I saw a collision between Rangel and I think it was Anthony Gordon. It was from a long-range goal kick, and the goalkeeper did not get there. Alvarez and Kane were battling it for the ball in the air, and then Anthony Gordon came through, and Rangel, well, didn't get there in time, and that's no doubt a penalty. So Anthony Gordon wins the penalty. Now, wasn't Rangel last man? Because that to me should be a, if he was, oh, I mean, I say last man, he was the goalkeeper, but shouldn't that be a red card? Goal scoring opportunity maybe? What do you lot think? Well, you'd think Harry Kane would be taking this. Bellingham's also got the ball in his hand. He's, of course, maybe hoping that with the confidence he's got tonight, he could cement a World Cup hat-trick. No, he's left it for Kane to take, I think. No booking either from the ref, I don't think. So Harry Kane in his last 5 penalties for club and country has scored 4 and missed 1. 3 of them have gone in the bottom right corner, 1 towards the centre left, and then the one he missed was out wide past the right hand post. Kane did miss a penalty against Croatia in the opening game, but of course he was able to retake it because of encroachment in the penalty area, and then he took it again and scored. So Harry Kane up against Raul Rangel. Raul Rangel he was slowly walking up to the penalty spot to maybe say a few words to Kane. A bit of mind games being played here. Referee has told Rangel, don't you even think about it, go to that goal line please, mate. Harry Kane at the Azteca. Approaches the ball from the left-hand side, he goes for it and he scores into the bottom left corner of the net. The captain puts England 3-1 up, and oh dear, this isn't good to see. There are some cups being thrown as they celebrate on the far side of the corner there, and as you'd expect really, some of the Mexican fans unhappy with that outcome. And could that be the goal that puts England through to the quarterfinals. Was there any doubt Harry Kane was going to score? Goalkeeper went the right way, but there was enough power there by Kane. Great slot, great power, great pace. And Harry Kane, his 14th goal at the World Cup. 3-1 to England. Mexico have got half an hour somehow to get 2 goals against 10 men of England. Gimenez and Gutierrez have just come on for Mexico. Penalty then it was for Kane. But I think that now puts him on 6 goals for this World Cup. I've just got to check the substitutions. So Romo has gone off. Now here come Mexico. Of course, they need an early goal again, really, just to get them back in this. Here it comes, a great blocked cross for only to go out for a John Stones doing his bit. Absolutely brilliant. Didn't get many minutes last season for Man City, but here he is at a World Cup again for England. Ball comes out in the air. Pickford came out for it, but didn't get it. It's now on the right-hand side. Another low ball cross is blocked. Is that a corner? No, it goes straight to the hands of Pickford in the 6-yard box. Of course, the strikers come on for Mora as the midfielder. Can Mexico come back from this? I feel as though they've really not helped themselves. Meanwhile, here they come again on the left-hand side. Short throw and taken. Burgoyne asking who starts it right back for England if they get through this when they play Norway. You do wonder though with England's defence, can they deal with Erling Haaland? And let's not forget, they don't just have Haaland, they have Soilov as well. Soilov may not be anywhere near like Haaland, but to have both of them on the pitch at the same time gives the defence a lot to work with. Corner to come for Mexico. Here comes the cross, no good there. Comes out back to the left-hand side, still in possession with, I believe that's Gray Arden. Oh, it's out on the right-hand side, chipped across, whoa, and they're trying to go for another header, trying to go for the rebound, maybe Mexico, calls for a foul. Instead, Quinones is quite far out actually, he wins a free kick. Got tripped while trying to win the ball back. Stotto TV saying Kwanzaa ban will be suspended surely. Well, I mean, that one was a bit more ruthless than Balogun's. I don't know, I just don't understand why FIFA have done what they did. It's bizarre. Yeah, again, England having to deal with this set piece. I think that penalty just shows how relieved England might be. Alvarez. There's a VAR check for a possible penalty. Oh, blimey. I must admit, in the build-up to that, in that last attack, I did not notice anything obvious, but this is what VAR's for, I guess. Referee has ran off again for another VAR check. This is against England. Is this for a handball? Okay, it's a kick up the back leg of Gutierrez from Harry Kane. I'm not sure. I mean, it isn't, it's a tricky one. I think referees having to watch this again and again here. Normally when they go off the pitch, they'd normally change the decision, so I expect this to be a penalty.
Number 9 keeps the opponent, the final decision is penalty.
It's a penalty for Mexico. 23 minutes left on the clock. Huge moment for the hosts in a bid to decrease the goal lead by 1. And Jimenez has the ball already, and he kisses that ball before he places it on the spot. Pickford denied him twice in that first half with 2 spectacular saves. Can Jimenez finally beat the Evertonian goalkeeper? Or could Pickford get a hat-trick of saves against Jimenez? Yellow card. Not sure who that was for. I think there's a bit of a delay from this penalty, hence why the referee's starting to give yellow cards. Has he given Kane the yellow card, maybe? He has. I don't know if that's because of the foul or the penalty, or if he had words with the referee just then. But I still think Mexico should have had a yellow card at least for when they conceded the penalty. Well, Jimenez's last 5 penalties for club and country is all green. They've all been scored. He's mainly been going towards the left. 4 of his 5 kicks now. He's against Jordan Pickford, a goalkeeper who's been tremendous in penalty shootouts for England. Can he do it here for England, or will Jimenez get Mexico back in this? And he scores, bottom left corner of the net. Mexico are back in this. Pickford won't give the ball back. He falls to the ground. I'm not really sure what Pickford's doing. Just let them have the ball. I mean, we've still got over 20 minutes to go. They're back in it again, Mexico. What a game this is. It's been worth staying up for, that's for sure. Celebrations all around again, but they need one more goal to stay in this World Cup. Mexico 2, England 3. I'm nervous, ladies and gentlemen. I'm really, really nervous. Here they come again, England. That's what it feels like every time Mexico score, England then increase the lead again. And they're just going to go for it, England, it feels like. Still haven't put Kane in for the yellow card, sorry about that. I think I'm just going to be shattered tomorrow just because of the nerves. Well, that's Jimenez's third goal of the tournament. He scored in the previous round against Ecuador. The yellow card for one of the Mexican players. I think that's for Gallardo. No, it's not. It's for Sanchez. Not sure what's going on here. There's been a delay of the restart. So Sanchez now in the book. Does feel like it's going to be that kind of end to a game, really. It's a hydration break. So, of course, a big hydration break coming up, really, for both teams. Momentum all of a sudden going towards Mexico. But also England just needing to regroup, I think, after conceding that penalty. Mexico, still, it's on them to get another goal. They've got just under 20 minutes to do so, and a bit of added time we'd expect. And obviously, of course, against 10 men of England. I just think, yet again, England are showing that their back line is just not creating a good balance for the team, and they're struggling. If you're enjoying the stream, ladies and gentlemen, do subscribe to Let's Talk Sport. We'd really appreciate it. And also give the stream a like. We'd really appreciate that as well. Now, I must admit, I didn't notice this until I was in the co-op earlier today. Coca-Cola Panini. Now, of course, Coca-Cola bottles at the moment, if you get the World Cup promotional ones, if you open the label up and rip it off the bottle, you get a special sticker of certain different players. I think there's 12 of them to collect. But it looks as though they're also making sure that you can get their Coca-Cola editions as well. So 12 to collect for the Coca-Cola page on your sticker album. So I've not done this. Let's have a look then. Oh, actually, no, it doesn't. Oh, no, maybe. I'm not sure. Maybe it is just normal stickers. Maybe it's normal stickers then and it includes a Coca-Cola sticker. Let's have a look. I don't know how many stickers you get for this one. You only get 3. But it looks as though I've got Mr. Anton Robinson for the US of A. That is the Coca-Cola sticker, I believe. Burgoyne might be able to confirm that with me. Cosono for Atalanta, who also plays for Ivory Coast. And we've got Zeno de Bast, what a surname that is, for Belgium, who also plays for Sporting Lisbon. So we're just waiting for the resume here. So last talk there by Tuchel as he's talking to Declan Rice. I'm not sure. I mean, in terms of course, the substitute options are below on your screen on the bottom right corner for England, bottom left corner for Mexico. Nico O'Reilly booked, apparently. I missed that. Thank you. Yep, you're right. Just after Jorge Sanchez was. So let's change that. Nico O'Reilly. It looks as though Dan Burns about to come on. Is that just an extra defender, maybe? Anderson's coming off. Surprising, I must admit. Oh, and O'Reilly's coming off as well. And Jed Spence is coming on, who hasn't started today. Interesting moves there by Tuchel. Of course, now Mexico just going to keep going here. They know they have to come out and find an equaliser to at least try and push this to extra time. So O'Reilly's gone off after getting that yellow card as well. It's in the middle of the park for Mexico, playing on the attack. Now on the left-hand side, trying to swing across in, only for it to go to the side of their right back, and it's cleared away. Good clearance as well. So those are the substitutions. Ball cross deflected, it goes up towards the 6-yard box. Oh, Pickford didn't get there. It was headed away instead. A bit of miscommunication between the two England players. Here they come again, Mexico. Doing what they can to try and get back in this game. Gallardo. And it's back into the Mexico half. They'll go again. But it looks as though, well, at the moment, England playing with 5 at the back as they defend this phase from Mexico. Still 14 minutes left on the clock. Ball chest down. The stream's a bit laggy, so it's a bit all over the place at the moment. It's now on the near side. Sorry, my stream is going all over the place. Now across the face. Oh, I can't see. Ball shot blocked. Oh, come on. Oh, the ball delivery there. That was a threatening one from Mexico. You can hear the crowd. They are getting louder and louder. They come again. Gallardo tries to outpace. Oh, it's a good cross nearly, and it's gone and headed behind by Spence, who's just come on for England for a corner. You just wonder if England are even going to get out their own half, to be honest. Is that another substitution? Oh, I'll just try. I hate these substitutions. They do my head in. Sanchez is coming off for... I can't quite read that. Here comes the delivery. Goalkeeper Pickford. I think he got the last touch, so it will be another corner to Mexico, this time on the near side. Yeah, Pickford got his hand to it. Did well there, actually. He stopped the ball from reaching Jimenez's head there. Jimenez does finally have a goal in this game. It's another corner. It's a cross deflected. So Alvaro Hidalgo has come on to replace Sanchez, so that's a midfielder on for a defender. So here comes the corner. Oh! Header just goes, well, it goes all the way wide past the corner flag for a throw to England. That was Alvarez trying to go for an equaliser with that header. They're going to make another sub in a minute, Mexico. They've had 4. Sorry, folks, stream's been a bit laggy, so I'm just restarting it. Another ball in. Oh, and Quinones is going off, which might be a bit of a surprise. I think Javier's getting a bit desperate. So Martinez, another. Oh my God, sorry, my stream is just all over the place now. It won't work. Hang on a moment. Oh, just seeing the replay, it was a volleyed effort by Jimenez going over the crossbar, which for England, they'll take that. Sorry, my stream is all over the place now, guys. I don't know what's going on. Come on. Yeah, sorry folks, the stream is a bit laggy. I'm not really sure what to do with it. It's just all of a sudden decided to hit the wall. Come on. No. Sorry, folks. I'm going to have to just typical Wi-Fi just doesn't want to work right now. Here come England, just as I get the stream back. Oh, come on. Well, looks like Bellingham was trying to go through the into the penalty area through the middle, but a big tackle by Vasquez, that is. So 6 minutes left on the clock, and England are still holding on here. And I think it's getting to a point now where Mexico might not have as many chances remaining to get back into this. Now on the far side, England in possession. Jed Spence trying to find Kane, it's too far for him. And now here come Mexico. They know the time is running out, they've got to go for it. They need another goal to get back into this. The fans are on their side, but can the players deliver in front of all those spectators? Oh, a cross came in, it was a dangerous one. This calls for a penalty. Referee has not noticed anything and has said play on, and England will clear it up in the air and deep into the Mexico half. There's no England shirt in the Mexico half. Jimenez still protesting. Of course, England's previous goal conceded was from a Jimenez penalty. Mexico hoping for another penalty here. Now on the left-hand side now with Gallardo. Now another delivery in. They're looking for a header, Mexico. It's punched away. I think it was punched away by Pickford. He went in there. Now Fidalgo to Alvarado, who started the game. 4 minutes remaining. Another delivery into the box. I feel as though Mexico might have to come up with something different, because those long balls are actually proven to be something England have dealt with pretty well. Offside against Mexico, so that'll give the ball back to England. Stu Davis has reached out to us. Hello, Stu. Saying still awake then. Only just. Luckily this game's been really exciting. The question is, will it get extended or will it stay like this? Interesting to know how much added time we'll get. How many minutes do you think it'll be, folks? Right, here they come again. The Altri army trying everything to get back in this game. They are currently losing at home to England. We've had one co-host already out in this tournament of Canada after they lost to Morocco a couple of days ago. Well, yeah, it was a couple of days ago now that we're into Monday. Of course, Joe Stanley hosted that Watchalong here on Let's Talk Sport. Morocco beating Canada 3-0. I think USA played tomorrow. I've lost track of days now. Another cross is headed away. Here come Mexico again, trying to go for a long-range effort this time. And that's going to be a foul. No, referee says play on. Harry Kane thought he was fouled. He fell to the ground there, but referee says play on. Header into the box. Mexico will let that roll out for a throw-in. Alvarado letting that go out. Oh, and a long-range effort straight at Pickford. That was Vidalgo with the effort there. We're going to ask you now for your man of the match. Jimenez penalised by the referee, and he gives away a free kick. Morgan Rogers is about to come on. So Kane is now off after he scored a penalty. That's him done for the night. Rogers now comes on. Kane did have a yellow card as well, let's not forget, so don't want to take that risk. So here they come now, Mexico again. They're going to keep going. My stream is all over the place, folks, so I do apologise. 11 minutes added time. They've got 11 more minutes, Mexico, to find an equaliser. attempts at goal, Mexico 15 to England's 5. But attempts on target go towards Mexico, 5 against England's 4. So 11 minutes of added time. Right, Mexico, they've got it's now or never really for them over these next 10 minutes at least. Now on the left-hand side, another cross being blocked. It's gone out for a corner. I'm going to say this now, though. I don't think Mexico have been that threatening since they scored that penalty. I feel as though they're trying a lot of diagonal balls, a lot of aerial threats, which has come to nothing so far. Stewart saying, glad we got Dan Burn on so we are safe. Here comes another brilliant punch out by Pickford. He's hardly got a foot wrong in this match, Pickford. He's been brilliant. Sadly didn't save the penalty, but penalties are always difficult. Oh dear. This is what I mean by Mexico. I don't think they've got a clue what to do here, because again, they're trying aerial threats. It's just going to nowhere. And I think if they keep doing that, England will win this game. And for now, England can just rest for a quick moment. 9 minutes remaining. Goal kick taken deep into the Mexico half. Pickford with a kick, that was. Throw in. Remember, folks, before the end of the game, do give us a like and subscribe if you can. Really appreciate it. It's now on the far side for Mexico, gone on the attack. Meanwhile, here come England going for a long-range effort, and it was on target by Bellingham. Now that would have been one way of securing a hat-trick from the halfway line, but Rangel was well in position there. It wasn't a bad effort. I wonder if Bellingham's obviously reached the point where he's quite tired. Of course, we all talked about the atmosphere of what this game would be like, the altitude, but England have done pretty well. Oh dear, another one. Mexico have been poor, I think, since they've scored that goal. I think they're running out of ideas, Mexico. They've used all their subs. I think England have got one more sub left. But yeah, Mexico have used up all of theirs, so they've got to rely on what they've got in front of them. And against 10 men England as well, I think England will, if they can secure this win, not only do they win at the Azteca, but in the attitude that people have been talking about for the last few days. Tuchel's getting really angry and vocal on the sidelines. Might get a yellow card from the ref in a minute, but they're back underway here. Mexico enter the England half. It's on the far side now. Mexico yet again trying down the wings. They've been more on the attack on the left-hand side. This time they're trying the opposite side. Yet again another delivery. I'm sorry, am I playing stupid? But Mexico just keep trying the same thing. It's not going to work. England will win this game if they carry on like that. I think it's been disappointing from Mexico, to be honest. Since they scored the penalty, nothing's really happened. Might take a bit of individual brilliance if there's any chance, but I think Pickford's been brilliant in goal. I think England, of course, are happy to just try and defend this lead, knowing that they've got one man down. Remember, Harry Kane's off now. Of course, Rice better be careful. He's got a yellow card. And if they're going to get through this, England, they're going to need Rice for that Norway game. Here comes another ball. Oh, a bicycle kick effort, only for it to be blocked. It's come back into the Mexico half. No England shirt in sight. They're all staying back in their own half here. Here they come now on the left-hand side again. Towards the centre of the park. Alvarez is trying to go for a wonder goal. Doesn't even get past the first man. I think England are absolutely spot on here now. They look organised. They look up for this last few minutes. They've got to defend for their lives, but they really are playing really well. Mexico feel like are a little rattled and are not sure what to do with it. They're passing it around the box, but I feel like every time they cross it in, there's no threat in the air. Of course, we've seen the additions of Dan Burn and John Stones come on, which has really helped them, I think. Even Anthony Gordon is tracking back now against Alvarado. Centre of the park again, Mexico drilling the ball across to the left-hand side. That's a great first touch by Gallardo. Oh, and looking for Jimenez. He couldn't quite finish with that cross. It goes over the crossbar. Could that have been his last kick of the game? Still just over 4 minutes left of added time. Cherry Bakewell says, I've been awake the entire time watching this and got work early morning. Appreciate it, Cherry. Well done for staying up. It might just be 4 minutes left, and then you can go to bed. It might be. We don't know yet. Mexico need to score one if it continues. I think a lot of us was hoping it'd be done in 90 minutes. England now exactly where they want it, deep in the Mexico half. They win a throw-in as well, right in front of the corner flag on the far side, which of course, the more they have, the longer they have the possession, the less time that gives Mexico in trying to get a goal back. Yellow card. I think that's for one of the substitute England players, but they won't care. And England happy to play it all the way back to Pickford. I think Mexico now have to try and get that possession. Apparently Vasquez has been yellow carded. Yeah, confirmation that Vasquez has been yellow carded for Mexico. Here they come again, Mexico. Is that going to be a corner? Yes, it will be. Spent with the sliding challenge there. He's had some criticism, but he has come off from the bench here to do his part for the team, and so far so good. He's been doing okay. But England now have a corner with just under 2 minutes left of added time to be played. There's a Mexico player off the pitch there, injured, but they're going to play on without him. Here comes the delivery, and Pickford gets there with his hands in the 6-yard box. And he'll hold on to that for as long as he can. Classic, catches the ball and happy to just jump to the ground with the ball. Maybe a throw for Mexico in their own half. Possibly just one more chance left for them to get an equaliser. Jordan Henderson got a yellow card apparently. He didn't come on the pitch. He's still a substitute player. Got a yellow card for Salford. But England have been terrific defending since that, as I say, since that penalty goal. I don't think Mexico have really been any problem. Less than 60 seconds to go. On the left-hand side, now in the centre of the park. Out wide, they're going now on the right-hand side, Mexico. Cross comes in, is that a deflection? Oof, just booted away by, I think that was Bellingham. Wins the ball back. That was Lira for Mexico, trying to start this last-ditch attack. England yet again have just been spot on. Remember, this is 10 men as well. They've had to hold on to this with 10 men, and they went 3-1 up with 10 men. Here comes the cross. Oh, the ball's all the way in the 6-yard box. Oh, and it's just hit the side netting. Unbelievable. Mexico were a whisker away from finding the equaliser. It just went all over the place. And it's a corner because I think the last touch came off Stones. Stones kicked it towards the England goal there, but luckily his accuracy was correct in terms of missing their own goal. Goalkeeper Rangel is up now. Could this be the last attempt for Mexico? Oh, it's all over the place. It's like a pinball. It'll be another corner. Players, I think Mexico are just appealing for a corner, not for a penalty. There'll be a corner on the far side. I think that player who went off injured on the sideline there behind the goal is still being checked. Here it comes again. Pickford yet again punches it away. Referee's going to blow his whistle, I think. Yes, he will. And England have done it. They have won at the Estadio Azteca. And straight away you can hear the lyrics of It's Coming Home. Well, it's possible still, because England are through to the quarter-finals of the World Cup. Mexico fall short, and they are the latest co-hosts, along with Canada, that exit the tournament in the last 16. But England, what a mad challenge they've had tonight, but they've done it. And I'd say thanks to those two quick goals early on in that first half from Bellingham before they got a penalty in this second half, it just kept them ahead of Mexico, even with 10 men after Kwanzaa got sent off. But they have done it. England, it has finished. Mexico 2, England 3. Norway await in Miami come Saturday night. Get in touch on the live chat page, folks. Before you go, do subscribe to the channel, give us a like, we'd really appreciate it. And hopefully we'll have more World Cup watch-alongs between now and the end of the tournament. Tears for the Mexico players. They will be sad about it. And I think as well, knowing that they were up against 10 men throughout most of that second half, will feel as though that was a chance wasted to get back into this game and at least try and push it to extra time. Well, it's just gone past 4 a.m. here. It's just gone past 4 a.m. here, and wow, it was worth staying up for, wasn't it? Not only just even for neutrals, maybe. Massive, massive result, as Jamie Burgoyne says. Malcusi says, yes, get in. Oh, God. But it was worth staying up for. It's 6 past 4 in the morning here in the UK. And for a lot of people, they'll be up going to work in the next 3 to 4 hours, potentially. Malky C says, get that second star on the shirt. It's coming home. Still got a long way to go, but they're still in it. They're still in it, England. 3-2 it had ended. Despite Mexico trying to go for it all in those last few minutes. I just could not see Mexico scoring. Like, when that penalty went in, I did fear for England that this will go to 3-3 towards the end of the game. But Mexico just looked so predictable in those waves of attack. They just a lot of long balls into the box, which just made me think that Pickford was on it tonight. He was terrific. He was there every time, pretty much. And England adding the likes of Byrne and John Stones in defence, even after Kwanzaa got sent off, no problem. They did their bit, England, and they were brilliant. Jed Spence as well coming on, and I think despite the criticism he's had and Tuchel shouting at him the last few games, Jed Spence has been tremendous. We did ask for you for your man of the match. Do reach out to us. Do vote on the poll, that is, and let us know who you think was man of the match today. We'll end the poll very shortly. The options are Bellingham, Kane, Jimenez, or if it's another player, do comment in the in the live chat page. Joe Stanley says, it isn't, is it? Maybe, maybe. I'm going to say this now. England need to be a lot stronger in defence still. I still don't think they've been their best. And while you can hear the lines, the lyrics of Oasis's Wonderwall as Gordon and some of the England players jump over the advertising board and head to the fans. They'll be delighted, despite all the 1 hour kickoff delay, the talks of the attitude that there would be at the Azteca, and of course it nearly was a game that would have started a lot earlier in the day, but luckily I think really it was a good idea that they kept it at this time. If anything, it would have been cooler than playing at 12 p.m. in Mexico City, that is for sure. Muggs says, yes, England, come on, let's go. Burgoyne says, how do we sleep after that? I know, it's weird. It's just a shame it's not a Saturday night. I don't start work till 9:30, I guess, but yeah, it's the fact that we're all going to feel it in the morning. So I think I'm going to try and wrap it up there in just a moment, folks, just so that we can go to bed. But I'm going to end the poll because it's a pretty much big front runner here, asking you for the man of the match. And once the results come up, hang on. A lot of photographers following the England players around. But of course, a sad night for Mexico. I think yet again they miss out on quarterfinals. They haven't been in the quarterfinals since Mexico 1986 when they last hosted the tournament. And again, with them playing at the Azteca today, you know, they would have thought that this is their best chance, but they just couldn't do it against the Three Lions. So, Bellingham, 71% of the vote. So, I think, is that Ochoa crying? He'll be very sad. Yeah, he's crying, not happy at all, as the Mexico team form a huddle, despite the sadness in the camp after that. But it is Bellingham who wins Let's Talk Sports Man of the Match. You'll get your award in the post, Bellingham, with a free fried egg. Or maybe even a World Cup sticker. Maybe we'll put a sticker in for you, mate. Or maybe even a Coca-Cola one of Antoine Robinson. Or Anthony, is it? Anthony. Burgoyne asking, lunch in Bow Ring tomorrow, mate. Yeah. No, sadly, I'm not in that area tomorrow. But no, we'll do that at some point. I think we're going to wrap it up there, folks. So thank you very much for watching. Do subscribe to Let's Talk Sport if you haven't already. Give us a like. And, of course, not even beyond the World Cup, we'll be trying to do as many more football watch-alongs as we can, including the Eredivisie, the Danish Superliga, and many more obscure football competitions in the months to come. As, of course, we're just weeks away from a new football season, straight after this World Cup finishing as well. Still 2 more weeks of this yet, but what a game that was tonight at the Estadio Azteca. So, Jude Bellingham with 2 goals as quick as lightning in the first half, followed by a Harry Kane penalty in the second half to seal the deal with 10 men. Hey, if they could do it against Mexico at the Azteca, maybe, just maybe, they can do it against Erling Haaland and the Vikings come Saturday night. Saturday night they play at Miami Gardens. Can they do it against Norway and head to the semi-finals for the first time since the 2018 World Cup? Thank you very much for watching. Vamos! See you later.